Hello everyone, and welcome to the Canadian Grand Prix. So it is of course then a league race, as I'm sure you've already gathered by the title, ARL Apex Racing League in my Ferrari as normal, in Canada, Montreal. So this video then I actually raced this about 3 weeks ago or so. I thought I was all up to date with league races, and then I went through the Silverstone one and found that actually I wasn't. So here we go then, we're a bit out of date, but you don't know that, it's all good. You'll have 2 league races in relatively quick succession within a week, I would imagine. So don't complain. But anyway, we're of course on the out lap now for quali, just coming up to start my qualification lap then. Since it was so long ago, I don't fully remember it, but I think we're breaking about 100 metres on the right hand side there, just after it, by the looks of it, right down to usually at second. We're going to stay in third that time, right down to first, ran well wide there though. Going to get nicely on the power on the exit though, a bit of a mistake there, probably cost me half a tenth, maybe a tenth, but not too bad. Breaking half between the boards then, right down to third gear, try not to cut the corners, very easy to do, I've managed to do that quite nicely. Don't use all the curve on the exit. Up for the gears then, at the end of the first sector, I am half a tenth up then. Of course I've already done one lap, 1 minute 11.3, so I'm a little bit up. Pretty sweet last corner then. Use some of my curves, going to save all the rest of that now for the very, very long back straight. And braking then just as we get to the bridge here, or actually just as we get to the end of the armco on the left hand side, that one throttle very early, all over the curve, but do not cut the second curve once again, it's very easy to do. Particularly the first one as well, because that can you can hit that curve there quite horribly. Just after 100 metre board braking then, already over 2 tenths up, they keep it nice and tight, really nice line there, getting on the throttle nice and early. Minimising wheel spin, absolute, pretty much perfect corner that was, very happy with that. Could have braked a little bit later maybe, but not far off. Bit of DRS then, down the DRS zone as I'm approaching a car now. We've only got one more chicane to go, so I need to absolutely nail this and I will be able to improve my time. Let's see what we're going to do. Braking the middle board there, right down to third gear, and again, don't cut them, hit the curbs nicely. That was pretty sweet. DRS open straight away on the exit for the run to the line, and what time it's going to be is a 1 minute 10.983, 4.5 tenths of my previous time, but that does only give me 4th position. Again, because it was a couple of weeks ago, I have got absolutely no idea what my PB was at the time, my personal best was. But yeah, I think I probably could have done better than that, to be honest. I would imagine I probably could have got second. I'm not usually too far off Ownage. But 4th place isn't too bad. It definitely could have been worse. Although having said that, another 1000th look and I would have moved up a place. So there it is. But anyway, 4th place. Let's have a look at the setup then. 2-1 wings. 51-49 high large brakes, 111 balance, 1199 suspension, full right, full gear ratios and full left camber, full right toe. Suspension then a little bit softer to help me over the curbs on this track. And strategy then, what are we going to do? Of course, we're starting on options, that's what we just qualified on. And we're going to go option, prime option, which I'm pretty sure most people will do. Just now deciding when I will pit. So they will do about 8 laps then, but looks like the options in the first stint. So looks like, yep. And I'll do 8 laps in the final stint, so that leaves, was that 19 laps on the primes in the middle. There's the super soft and medium, I believe, on this track, so there's quite a big difference between the tyres, so that should be possible. Fuel strategy then, looks like I'm sticking with cautious, having a good think about it. Have a look at normal. No, I do indeed stick with cautious. So we're on the grid then, there's Ownage on pole. As normal, it's pretty standard, isn't it, for Ownage to be on pole. There I am in 4th place, and there is my teammate down in 10th position then. So, on the grid, 4th position, like I said, I could do make it up, ideally 2 positions on the first lap, but at the very least of 1. Ideally on the start, I plan to get a pretty good start. I feel like I'm quite confident here. The lights are coming on now, then they've got 4 lights, 5 lights, and they're out on the way then, so getting a pretty good start. But looks like, yes, better start in Barcelona. Very good, lots of wheel spin now in 2nd gear, but bit of curves now. We'll stop wheel spin, I should be on the outside of him. And Jack first gets a little bit in the way there in the middle of the track. I thought about going outside of him. Barcelona there's having to go around my outside, and oh, he taps me there. Maybe he was being squeezed by McLaren, I'm not too sure, but I was squeezing him a little bit, trying to, of course, straight line it so I get a good exit, and perhaps didn't realise there's McLaren there, so I cut that corner quite badly. I won't have a go at Jack first into the next corner now because of that. Not sure if I would have done anyway, to be honest, but it needs to just stick nice and close to him now so I can hopefully stay close to Ownage, because I would rather like this win. I'm usually reasonably good at this track, so it would be quite nice to get him. And I know his tyre wear is the worst of mine, it usually is. And oh, too deep, they both went too deep. I cut the corner there, so did he though, so it's all fair really, but I need to stop doing that because if I do that a lot, we'll get a penalty by the league. Bring 100 metres, but then still right down to first. Get it all stopped nicely, that was pretty sweet, especially for the first lap. Oh, kick of oversteer there though, just got a little too much wheel spin. Kick the rear end out. Use a bit of curse now, go on Rich, just on remain nice and close to Jack first. Looks like I'm not going to be able to get him down this straight, but maybe into the first corner. I'm gaining on him, 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 and have a look, but no, that's just a scare tactic more than anything. Down to third, then use the curbs nicely and get on throttle. Bit of oversteer on the exit there, push me a little bit wide, using the rest of my curves now. Still on Rich mixture then. It looks like I'm going to be too far back again. Nice and close to him in the slipstream, but no, it's not worth having to go up the inside into this corner because it's wind up in a crash. It's a long race, 35 laps. We're only on the 2nd lap now, so it's just not worth being hyper aggressive. I just need to stick nice and close to him now to get past him, and then we can start looking at Ownage in first position. I've gone too deep there, touched the wall, but luckily it was with my wheels, my side pod, not my front wing, otherwise I would have damaged it. It's gone too deep there, the rear's locked, you saw. The car was just sliding through the corner, it wasn't really gripping through it, which is not what we want to be doing, so I've lost time during this lap then. To Jack first, which is rather annoying. And Granu is a little way back, not too worried about him for now. And Jack first completely missed the apex there, and that's allowed me to close right back up to him in the slipstream now then. So hopefully, well, of course I won't get DRS until next lap, but hopefully I'll be close enough to get him. Just 3/10 energy across the line. I've gone a little bit deep, but that should allow me to get a good exit. Which it does indeed. Look at this, nice and close to him now then. And I'm going to Rich. I'm going to save most of my curves for the next straight then. We have a nice lot of slipstream, and it looks like he's used quite a bit of curves, so hopefully I'll be able to get past him in the next straight. I don't really like overtaking to this corner. I'll have a look again, have a look up the inside now, but no, once again back out of it, back down a little bit too much so, falling back forward than I would have liked. Got a good exit though, he didn't. Going to use my curves now and in his slipstream. Here we go then. This is the big opportunity, all my curves is used, and he's left me a little gap on the inside, which I've managed to squeeze through, and that should have moved out if I get it all slowed down, all over the curb, and yes, nice. Nicely done, keep it tight to make sure you can't sneak up the inside, and move is done. Ownage does the fastest lap of 14.0, while I do a 14.4. Of course, didn't overtake there, did get DRS, but I was stuck in traffic. So, hopefully I'll have Onage's pace and I'll be able to pull up to him and overtake him. That'll be the ideal. But 2.1 seconds now to Ownage then. So a little bit of a gap, but not huge. Definitely could be worse, that's for sure. And just 7/10 between me and Jack first. I need to concentrate on him for now. Push, try and catch Ownage up, but mainly to keep Jack first away from me to stop him getting DRS. It's gone pretty well so far. I think I should be okay now. We'll get DRS, I should think. Let's have a look. 0.937. Oh, I've gone too deep there. Too deep. But as long as I get an exit, it still should be okay, which I have done. So he will get DRS, but he doubt very much he'll be close enough to me to be able to do anything about it, hence me using half my curves, and I'll save the other half for the next straight just to make sure. But pretty good, yeah, he's miles back, no problem whatsoever. Look at the gap to Ownage then. Taking lots of cover. Oh, but it will spin down the exit. I had to drift it towards the wall, but just managed to correct it in time. Just missed the gap to Ownage, a bit quick. But a few laps later now then, looks like the gap's definitely smaller, 1.3 seconds, so it definitely has got smaller. I've managed to close him down bit by bit. And lap 9 of course, so what was that, lap 3 last lap wasn't it, or 4 maybe, so 5 laps on or so, but I'm due to pit this lap of course, lap 9 I'm pitting. Oh, too much curb there, got a bit of wheel spin. Almost left me in the barrier, but managed to recover it quite nicely. Is it now? It's 1.5, that's because of that little mistake that I made, all over the curb. 2.6 seconds to Jack first now then. So plenty of gap to him, not worried about him at all. Going to Rich now, just so I can hopefully close up to Ownage, ready for when we come into the pits, and then be nice and close to him and really attack him in the next stint. As I've got all over the curbs, they're sliding through the corner. Amstel does a fast lap, 13.9. I think he must have put fresh tyres on. The tyres on the right side, they're quite worn, not too bad though. Oh, got a bit deep. I did consider pitting 1 lap earlier and undercutting Ownage, but I thought, well, he hasn't pitted, so I don't want to be at a disadvantage to him in terms of tyre wear. Pretty similar first set, it's 1.5 seconds still. 2.8 still to Jack first then, so it's all pretty similar. Selecting primes now ready. I expect Ownage will come in this lap. Does he? He does. Absolutely full throttle to this pit lane, go to lean then. There we go, so still 1.5 seconds-ish then between me and Ownage. Here we go then into my pit box. Bosch on a set of primes and then get after Ownage. That'll be the plan. And oh no, I'm being held though. Who's that? McLaren there got past. I'm still being held. Oh, that's the Red Bull behind me. Absolute nightmare of a pits. That went horribly, horribly wrong. 7-second pit stop. It's usually almost always 3 seconds online. So I lost 4 seconds there by getting held in the pits. There's a couple of cars here though to the inside. I'm going to brake very late, try and get up alongside them, to not lose positions if I can. Looks like I managed to hold the position there to fake goes behind, but this is right box here. And have a look on his outside, but that's not going to happen. I'll just hopefully get him to his next corner. He's run a bit wide. That allows me up his inside for this next corner, or outside for this one, but inside for the next one. There we go. Should be nice and easy. I needed to clear him very quickly. Now I need to get after Jack first, and hopefully shortly after that try and close the gap down to Ownage, but that's pretty much killed this race, hasn't it, really, in terms of the win. I was thinking I could get Ownage, and it was looking like it was going to be an epic battle, because I managed to close him down, didn't I, from about 2 seconds to 1.3, and it's pretty consistent around 1.3. Actually, no, I kept making tiny mistakes. It went up to 1.8 and then back down to 1.3, so I do think I had the pace to catch him. Don't know about overtaking him, but it would have been an amazing battle, but unfortunately 4 seconds lost in the pit stop is really hurting me, as I do not get DRS, unfortunately. I do get slipstream there a little bit, that's something. So 4 seconds and a position then. Well, that 2 positions actually, wasn't it? But I managed to get the other position back pretty quickly. So I need to try and get Jack first as quickly as possible. And then think about what we can do about Ownage for the win, but at the very least I need 2nd position. So I managed to hold a tighter line there than Jack first. Oh, lots of on the exit there, don't want to be doing that too much. These tyres are quite durable, but still always went up out every corner and cut for a little bit there. Need to be a little bit careful of that. Samson doesn't have a fast start there, 13.6. A little bit deep into the corner again. Rear never quite settles. If you brake a little bit early in that, just let the rear settle. You don't want to be right on the limit, not with the brake settle I've got. It's a little bit rearward really. This is just 6/10 between me and Jack first now then. Again, taking lots and lots of curves, just pushing to try and stick close to him, and hopefully that's the DRS line, so I will now get DRS, I would imagine. But I doubt very much whether I will be able to get him down this next straight. Just too far back, looking a bit closer now, 6/10, but I'll be surprised if I can get him. I've got all of my curves, but no, just too far back. Going to Rich anyway to close the gap a little bit. Here we go then, DRS in the slipstream as well. And I'm going to close up to him, but that'll be about it. Standard now, of course, no chance of getting him. Lots and lots of curb. Pretty sweet exit that was all on the curves now. And DRS. I'm just going to be way too far back, aren't I? Yeah, going to be able to close right up to him though, 3/10 now. Less than that, I'd imagine, so taking lots of curb there, getting a good line for the 2nd corner. Look at this, almost touching him. Just caressing the wheel there, just keeping the rears, the car in a straight line, keeping the rears in line. Didn't really catch the car as such, just stroking it, keeping it straight. And the gap has now gone back up to 3/10. It's pretty good though to hold it at 3/10, because obviously it's pretty close, you lose a lot of downforce that way. I've lost a little bit of time for those last couple of corners. And now all up in his slipstream. And hitting the curbs there. Just trying to stay in his slipstream now. I will get DRS, of course. Just 4/10 now, so again that's pretty good to holding that close. I've gone a little bit deep there, but I should hopefully be able to remain nice and close to him. Managed to minimise what's been quite nicely. Going to go to Rich now then. Not lose all my curves again. Looks like I'm going to target him in the next straight, going to standard now, because I know we're pretty close to him. DRS and slipstream is pretty powerful down this long straight. Yeah, and look at this. Look, can I have a look up the inside of him against once again though. More scaring him than anything. And all over the curbs there. Try and get a sweet exit. But to Rich now. Open the DRS and the curves then. Straight round his outside then to this next corner. Should be already past him by the time we come to break. I am indeed. So I do a fast stop of the race, so 13.4. And again, holding a nice tight line so we can't go through there. And that is the move done. And it's 5.5 seconds to Ownage now. So take away 4 seconds off that. And what have we got? 1.5 seconds. And of course, I've been held up passing cars. So I probably would have been within his DRS. Ownage ahead. Yeah, 5.4. So I probably would have been within his DRS and starting to battle with him if I didn't get held up in the pits. But there we go. Frustrating, but not a lot I can do about it now. So coming under the bridge now then, just need to try and push to stay ahead of Jack first. Oh no, I've gone too deep there though, touched the wall there, and he's not going to be able to get me to the next corner, but he might do actually. He's going to be pretty close. I have to stay to the inside. He will get DRS on me. I have to defend to the inside here, squeeze him a little bit just to go to turn in. And I'm going to have to get a good exit here, but no, he's plenty close enough to me. I'm not even bothering using any curves or going to Rich, because I know it's pretty much a done deal with how powerful slipstream and DRS is. He's just going to fly past me. And there he goes. Mind you, not by much actually. Probably could have defended that, but no, he'll also get DRS down this next straight, so I take way too much curb there. We'll get DRS down this next straight, so I'm just going to use the slipstream now. Try and stick with him, actually gaining on him, look, with the curves and the slipstream and the Rich. Nice and close to him still now, just 2/10 across the line then, so mistake by me there. I could have carried a bit more speed through there, but I wanted to just make sure I didn't lose a bit of my front wing. That would have been worst case scenario really. Just adjusting the wheel there just to try and not cut that corner. It's very, very easy to do through there because it's blind as you turn in, so you only really know whether you're going to cut it or not. Once you turn in very deep there, almost touched Jack first, managed to avoid him though. I stuck a little bit close to him in this second I did last one, still just 2/10 away from him then, so I've definitely got more speed than him. Rears now started to look a little bit warning to be a bit careful of them. Braking pretty deep. Shows by going all over the curb and nice and close to him once again. Undoubtedly will get DRS. I've got all my curves saved up once again. So take 2 then, or take 3 actually. This will be the 3rd time I'm going to overtake him. A little bit wide there, just 3/10 then. And again, probably using quite a lot of his curves down here. I'm just using a little bit more now. We can use Rich, not going to bother with that because I don't really want to get him down this straight. Look at this, absolutely monstering him down here. Have a look at his inside, but no, don't want that position. Again, I've fallen back a bit further than I would like. Got all over the curbs there, and it's going to be hard actually to get him a little way back. And you have to go to Rich now then. DRS is wide open, using all of my curves then. Going to look around his outside by the looks of it, and going to try and outbrake him here. Very late braking, squeeze him on the apex, and can I stay on the track just about? And what a move that was, if I do say so myself. Wow, that was that was impressive. It's quite interesting watching this race, because like I said, raced it a couple of weeks ago, so don't really remember all of it. And yeah, what a move that was. Was definitely not past him coming into the braking zone. I was just wheel to wheel with him really around the outside. Had to outbrake him, give him some room on the inside, managed to not leave the track, so it was a legal move. Only just though, the car was sliding. Only just managed to keep it on the track, but I did. And then just of course keep it nice and slow for the inside line for the next corner, and that was move done. Wow, that was, yeah, that was possibly one of my best overtakes I think I've ever done, because that was inch perfect. That really was centimetre perfect. If I went a little bit wider, I would have been off the track, and it would have been technically been an illegal move. I'm not sure if I could give him the position up if I only went a little bit wider, but yeah, fully legal. And yeah, wow. Oh, okay. In the excitement there, I missed the gap to Ownage, so I'm not sure what it is now. No, undoubtedly it would have gone up. Plenty of gap to Fat first. He has got DRS, but no problem with him at all. And gap, what was that? 8.7 was it? 9.4, so it's probably 8.7. Yeah, so he's managed to get out. See, only about, what's that, 6 tenths to me. A bit more than that, in it? 4, 7, yeah, 7 tenths. He managed to get out 7 tenths on me in probably about at least 10 laps. So that's like 700ths per lap on average if it's 10 laps. So yeah, pretty close stuff. 9.4 still. So indeed, confirming that I did have the pace of Ownage, but that unfortunate. Not even there. I'd made that small mistake on track, but it was the pit stop thing that wasn't my fault, but that's what cost me. I've got a bit of a gap to Jack first now. He did manage to hold on to me. Fair play to him. But after I overtook him, that we last saw, he managed to hold on to me. And then after that, I managed to pull him out by about a second. He's now just 1.4, so he's got pretty similar pace to me, must be said. Using the rest of my curves now. I accidentally double shift there. That was my bad. Cost me a bit of time, but not too much. When that happens, generally speaking, it's not worth shifting down again. It's just not worth it. I'm pitting this lap then. Go to lean, going to go to option tyres. This is very early actually, I'm not sure when I'm supposed to be pitting. 27, wasn't it? Lap 27 I was supposed to be pitting for 8 laps. So I pitted on lap 24, 3 laps earlier. And yes, that rings about. 3.4 second stop then. And that's basically just to try and do something about Ownage, because I was fairly confident that I had the second place under control, so I thought, well, let's just pit very early, and I reckon this is probably the earliest I want to pit, with being confident making it to the end. So I'll pitch this early because I know my tyre weight's better than Ownage's. So 2 scenarios I'm hoping for here. First of which is he pits now this lap, because of course he won't pit this lap I just pitted. He's pit at the end of this lap, covering me, and then he runs out of tyres before the end of the race. They get destroyed on the last lap, and I can get him. It's 9 seconds, a lot of time, but if your tyres do get destroyed, you're usually okay. That's probably my best plan. Or he doesn't notice I pit, which I think is quite unlikely. He's pretty switched on. He's usually pretty on it with that sort of thing. He doesn't even notice I pit, stays out, and I undercut him and wind up right on his arse when he does pit. That'd be an easier plan. Gone a bit deep there. But I will need to be about 2 seconds a lap faster than him over the next 3 laps or so, which is a bit more than actually, about 3 seconds a lap faster than him, which is pretty unlikely. But I am on brand new options, as Hussein disconnects there. On brand new options with him on used primes, but no, you can see him in the pits now then, so he has indeed covered me. It looks like pretty much everyone has. I don't think anyone would plan to pit this early. It is really quite early. But I think I've forced everyone's hand by the looks of it. Jack first had to pit. And of course Ownage had to pit to cover me off. So I should now give me a nice gap to Jack first, hopefully. Let's have a look. It looks like Jack first might have actually been jumped by Granu there, who pit on the same lap as me. Fast up there, 12.7, and let's have a look at Gary. He has indeed been jumped by Granu, but let's have a look at the gap to Granu. Not sure if Jack first made a mistake on his in lap. There we go. I've gained about 2 seconds on Ownage and about 4 seconds on Jack first. Or about 3 seconds actually. He's about a second behind him, wasn't he? So I've gained 2 seconds then in the first lap alone on Ownage. So if he didn't notice I'd pit, then it might have worked, but he hasn't. But that's okay. I've just got to push now to try and close the gap down a little bit. And hope that his tyres run out for the end, but again, I'm not overly hopeful of that because he's a pretty clever guy. He'll manage this gap to the extent where he'll probably pretty close to him towards the end if he feels the need. Just conserve his tyres. 7.4 seconds then, as it stands with 9 laps left to go, so I need to be a second lap faster than him on average, which is pretty unlikely, but there we go. It's Romeo retired there. I think he was lagging quite badly. There was people moaning about it on TeamSpeak. It's my teammate, unfortunately, though. And there we go. So then let's have a quick look at the gap to Ownage as we cross the line. 7.1 seconds. Remember that figure because it's now lap 35 or 35, 9 laps later, and it's now 7.2 seconds. So in 9 laps, Ownage just gained 1/10 on me. That is how similarly paced we are on most tracks. It really is. I'm really disappointed. We so rarely get to battle each other. Usually something happens to one or the other of us. Like in Monaco, of course, Ownage disconnected in qualification. Why did I say that? In quali. So that, of course, meant we couldn't battle because he was just fighting for the field. We did battle a little bit towards the end, but it's fairly easy to keep him behind. And our pace is so similar. It really is. 7.1 seconds. I mean, it's probably been fluctuating a little bit, up to 7.4, down to 6.9, that type of thing. But, you know, it stayed around. There we go. 7.1 still, look. It just stays bang on. We just so similarly paced. Like, to hundredths of a second we're similarly paced, which is amazing. So hopefully at some point we get to race. I think this race would have been really good. As I'm actually on -1 having to go to lean. Hope he gets in. It should be okay. There we go. I'm okay. And yeah, hopefully at some point we get to race, because of course we keep getting robbed of the racing like we did this race. But there we go, cross the line now then to come second position then. Pretty good result, solid result after getting held from the pits. Can't really complain at that. Couldn't have done much more. 6.7 as we cross the line then. It does recount, so the gaps you see on the sectors in the final lap, it recounts again when you cross the line, so sometimes the sectors can be a bit out. But there we go then, 11.7, 11.4, 11.3, sorry, so his fast lap was 4 tenths faster than mine, and this is the championship then. So of course he is now 10 points ahead of me in the championship, unfortunately, but yeah, not a lot I could do about that. So he's on 68, I on 58 points, still pretty close though. There's a further 24 points though to Fat First in third, so getting a nice big gap to him now, which is good. But unfortunately, as you can see there, it is Silverstone next, and that is Ownage's favourite track, and as such, he is an absolute beast at it. I don't know how long you've been subscribed to me, but if you remember last season's Silverstone race, I think it was last season, he yeah, he was on pole, pulling away, nothing I could do about it, he was just so fast, but he wound up hitting the pit wall and I won, actually, but he definitely had the pace. He just had to make that extra pit stop for losing his front wing, but yes, he's... I'm pretty sure he's going to win at Silverstone. I'm pretty sure he's going to dominate. He's going to get pole and then just pull away in the lead. I'll be surprised if that doesn't happen, to be honest. So yeah, that's pretty much a write-off for me. So after that, though, we're pretty similarly paced on most of the tracks. Some of them I'm not very great at, like Hungary, but others I'm better at, like Abu Dhabi. So hopefully we can keep it pretty close. But 10 points is a bit unfortunate. I wanted to beat him at this track so that I could then, you know, have an acceptable loss to him at in Silverstone. But there we go, we'll see how that goes next, well, hopefully within the next week or so I'll have the video up. But anyway, that's it for Montreal then, so second place, pretty solid points, I'm happy with that, and I thank you for watching, bye bye.